Real quick, Joe,
Yeah,
I just want to set the expectations for the call. So obviously we're running a little bit out of time now, but we still have
yeah,
about 10, 30, 13 minutes. Um, Pretty much what I wanted to go through on this call is first off, like hear a little bit more about, the experience, kind of, what it's been like working with us and everything. And then I'll also walk you through more ways, things we can do to keep the momentum going for you guys and help you guys get even more properties under contract. Sound
sure,
good?
sure. So from my point of view, I think it's been pretty good. I mean, I guess my expectations were a little bit higher. You know, my expectations going into it were probably to see somewhere between, I don't know, 5 and 7 leads a week. Um, if that's too high, I probably can understand that for sure. I'd like to go back through and see a list of the leads that we received, which I believe I have a spreadsheet of that info somewhere. Um, and then get into our REI Black Book because we just switched over and see which ones we've received that have closed, all that jazz. But nonetheless, I think it's a good lead source. I just want to know kind of what's the next step for moving forward.
Uh-huh. In terms of getting more volume coming in, or what exactly you're referring to?
Just yeah, more volume. I mean, you know, yeah, just more volume. And I know that Ati and me, we do a call supposed to be every week, but I get tied up. But to go over kind of leads and looking at the ups and downs and all that jazz. And I just want to know how to make it more stable, more sturdy, that type of thing, and really hone in on, okay, when these leads come in, because I used to be getting the phone calls when they first came in, and now I'm not receiving those phone calls anymore. So where are those going to? Just certain things like that.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah, you should still be getting the phone calls because yeah, like our ISAs are contacting these people as soon as they opt in.
Right.
Okay. But I want to ask, like, the people that you happen passed over, have they been like, how would you describe them? Like, have they been motivated sellers? Because I know when you originally came to me, you were pretty much looking for another lead source. And actually, what was the reason for that? Like, what had you looking for another lead source originally?
We're just trying to increase our visibility to various lead sources. I mean, we do PPC campaigns right now, so it's that's one lead source. We do a pay per lead type of situation. That's another one. We've done Facebook in the past, and like I said, we got actually the project I was just talking to my construction manager about, that came from that Facebook prior to joining you guys. But over a 8-month period, that was the only lead that we had ever closed. So yeah, I mean, we were getting like not lead, but message after message saying people were interested, but all of them were just crap. They were just, spending money on crap. This has been more kind of what I'm looking for. And I'm not saying all the leads have been motivated sellers. Some of them are, they need work that needs to be done to the houses and they want market value.
It
Or
happens, yeah.
yeah, oh, absolutely. And look, we understand that from doing this for the past 5 years, is that you're going to get those people. So I think the lead flow is probably at par with what we typically see. I just want to see more leads coming in. And I don't know if that's a matter of us not spending enough on the ad spend portion, but that's where I'm at.
So there's a couple of different options in terms of increasing the lead flow. One is obviously spending more on the ads. Another one is also just like working with more counties if possible, because typically if you're working with more counties and bigger populations, you're going to be able to get the cost per lead down and essentially get more bang for your buck. Right now, like, are you guys only focusing on like a few counties, or are you doing like all the counties that you could work with essentially?
I don't know. I don't know how that went, because when we did our onboarding, I would imagine that I put in the specific counties that we wanted to deal with. So, and I know the ones just off the top of my head that we want to mess with. So I would assume that those are what, what I put down, and there's only 5 to maybe six
Six
counties total, which covers the entire, Kansas City metro area around here.
Right. Okay. But so obviously, you want to increase the lead flow, but from the lead flow that you have had, you've been able to get what, 2 properties on a contract?
More than 2 under contract, but I think we've closed 2.
Okay, I see. How many have you gotten under contract then?
Oh, I'll have to go back and look. Hold on a second. Let's see here. Contacts. Filter. Tags. As Facebook. 1. 2. 3. I want to say 5 under contract,
5.
and we closed on 2, I believe.
Okay. And you guys have been working with us, like for 2 months or so, I think.
Yeah, 2 or 3 months, something like that.
Right. Gotcha. Okay, so that's when you say, it pays for itself. I remember you saying that. And that's now I get to
Yeah. And honestly, we'd like to see, obviously our goal is for things to not just pay for themselves, and obviously that's the goal, but we understand it takes time for this whole process to kind of, I guess, play itself out in totality. So we're, it is what it is so far.
Right. With these 2 closes that you did do, what kind of spreads was it? Was it like kind of a lower spread, or was it a pretty decent spread that you guys were able to get on that?
Oh gosh, I've got to go back through again and take a look. Hold on one second. One looks like it was 12,500 wholesale.
Mm-hmm.
And let's see, where was that at? Uh-oh.
That's an interesting sound.
It's those amber alerts. Let's see here. The other one. Oh no, that's not it. Oh, I'll have to go back through and find it. I've got all sidetracked.
Okay, gotcha. It's all good. But yeah, so obviously you already made a ROI. And those deals that you have 3 more deals that are under contract. And I assume like you also have other leads that you're still working, because like sometimes it will take, some follow-ups to close some people.
Sure. Yep.
All right. So like overall, I know at first, Joe, like when we initially spoke, you were like, you wanted to speak with your partner off the phone while I wasn't there. So I think, Brock, he was like all on board, but you were still a little bit skeptical. But what would you say, like, to anyone else who's like very skeptical, like what do you feel like, is this something that's worth investing into, or what do you need to do to really get the most out of this sort of program that we got going?
What would I say to people?
What would you say like you need to do to get the most out of this, just based on your
Oh,
experience?
honestly, I would say it's the follow-up. It's, getting out to them as quickly as possible, setting up, not only a time to view, but doing your due diligence prior to understand what the market value is. That way, when you go to look at it, you understand what the repair value is, and then you can make an offer on the spot, have a contract ready to go so that you can close them right then and there.
Nice. I like it. All right. Would you recommend like this whole thing that we're doing? Would you recommend this to other people in other states that are doing wholesaling? Like, do you feel like, are we legit? Like, are we the,
Yeah, I would say you guys are legit. I mean, I would have no problem recommending you guys to someone at all. I mean, like I said, I've done this previously and it didn't work out and it was a waste of money, and I've done it now, and I definitely wouldn't say that this, let me take that back. The last one wasn't a waste of money because we got one deal that paid for all 8 months with ease. This one, this is more, seems like a more consistent type of lead generation that we can stick with over a course, a period of time.
100%. I like that. Yeah. So Joe, one thing we can do is obviously to increase the lead flow, is obviously increase the ad spend is one thing, work with more counties if possible. And there's also,
sorry, it's my daughter.
it's all good. Yeah, you got 4 kids running around. I know you and
Yeah.
Brock, you got quite a lot of kids.
Yeah.
But yeah, I wanted to say, like, one thing I did also mention on our initial call is, like, if you are serious about actually wanting to recommend us to anyone else in like other states who are also doing real estate investments, we have this program where for every single referral that you do, every single month that they stay on, we pay you $200 a month passively. And all you would have to do is just connect me with them on Facebook, like create a Facebook chat. And then I can help you make even more money for just connecting me to someone on Facebook.
Yeah, I've got somebody who you may want to reach out to. Let me find him and I'll get him over to you. He's out of California. And he's looking to invest out of state because it's so expensive there.
Right. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, that's what I recommend for all of our Cali clients is please don't invest in don't only do California because it's
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know how people make it work there.
Yeah, it's crazy. All right. So I'll shoot you a message on Facebook, Joe. We already have each other as friends. I don't know if you've been seeing my posts. I'm not sure how active you are on Facebook, but I'll send you a message so that you can connect me with this guy, and then I'll be able to get you that passive income as well.
Okay, that sounds good. Yeah, cool. I appreciate it.
Awesome, Joe. Glad to have you on board, and we'll be staying in touch.
All right, awesome. Thanks. Talk